My name is Trina Michelle Robinson. I'm from Oak Park, Illinois, which is right by Chicago. My practice, I tend to focus on memory and migration, the relationship between the two. And I largely focus or work with like archival materials and also film, video, and print. My art practice was born from the archive, and I think that really inspired me to be an artist. Just trying to see like how you can reuse these materials and bring them to life and have other people find value in them. What drew me to the archive mostly is that I've been able to find new information in the archive, if that makes sense. Just because like going into old courthouses and libraries, like researching my family history, like I found information that didn't exist in our family narrative. When you start digging through all these like archival materials, like you get to really learn who these people were, you know, like what they were growing, like what they were eating, what skills that they had. Because when I start to look through those archives, I actually get to see the person, the three-dimensional human being. And that's the way I've been able to learn so much about my family, is like, and create these new stories, is by digging in these old like 200-year-old records. Storytelling for me is unraveling the truth. That's probably why I'm so obsessed with it, and how I got into it is because of me digging and trying to find out the truth behind my family, like all these lost stories, all these lost identities. And so storytelling for me is just uncovering the truth. The first piece I have here is called Bria, the video piece. It's a video essay. It's about 4 minutes. Again, like I'm doing a series of video essays. This one is focusing on my great-great-grandfather, David French, who was enslaved in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. But after the Civil War, from 1868 to 1872, he attended Bria College in Bria, Kentucky, which is not far from Mount Sterling. It's about 40 minutes away. And again, so it's about me going to Bria, Kentucky, and walking in his footsteps, and then just me trying to connect with him and trying to find all these fractured and lost memories and trying to connect. So that's what the video is about. The print piece is called Liberation Through Redaction, and it's a photopolymer intaglio print. I've created a lot in this piece. I made my own ink using some of the soil I collected in Senegal. Some cedar that I charred it and used that in the ink, and the ink also has with a bone black pigment, so I made that. And then the thread or the twine is made from sisal from Zimbabwe, and then the red that the twine is dyed with, the red dye is actually hibiscus that I got in Senegal. What it is, it's redacting the text on a will of a person who had owned my ancestors. And I started making it because I got so frustrated for many reasons. One, I was just like exhausted and just sick for having to just deal with this information, because it's very overwhelming to have to constantly work with your enslaved ancestors and that heavy weight and that heavy information, and that's just lots of loss and grief. And I wanted to find a way just to kind of like take these documents, an archival document, and kind of turn it on its head. What I did is I used the twine to redact every word that does not reference my ancestors' humanity and freedom. So it's pretty much all redacted with the twine, and it's like a meditation for me. Like when I'm making the paper, I feel like I'm giving birth to a certain degree. Like everything about it, when I'm actually doing the redaction with embroidery, doing the backstitch, like again, I feel like I'm there with them. I'm speaking for them. I really feel connected when I'm doing that backstitch. Like I really feel like they're with me. So that's the print piece. So I also have some of the samples of soil that I've collected. The first soil collection I got was at Mount Sterling, Kentucky. It was the first time I ever went to where my family was enslaved. And I took a sample from this area by a river where the people who now own the house, where one of my ancestors worked as a slave. They took me to this river area where they said this part was not touched. Like nobody ever dug up the soil around there. So I collected some soil from there because that would have been there when he was there. I have soil from Bria, which is featured in the film because I collect some soil from Bria in the video I make. My practice, it came to me when I found the truth about my identity and my actual family history, which I did not think was possible. So once I was given that information and the tools to access it and give that information to other people, that has been like now the new mission of my life. And I changed careers, and I want to help other people be able to mine their family archives and revamp their family narratives, and also just the general narrative of our country. We can keep telling our own stories.